Bismillah.
What is up, guys? I'm back, and today we're going to be doing another unboxing video. It's been a while since I've done one of these, and today's going to be a little bit different because it's not gaming related. This is a tech unboxing. So I'm going to be unboxing the iPhone 12 Pro Max. After I'm done with the unboxing, I'm going to go through, because I know that most people are not upgrading from the 11, and almost every video I notice tells you what the difference is from the iPhone 12 compared to the 11. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what the difference is starting from the 8 and forward. So if you have an iPhone 7, you're not just getting 2 new features. You're getting every feature that you didn't get when the iPhone 8 came out. You're getting every feature you didn't get when the 10 came out. You're getting every feature you didn't get when the 11 came out and the 12. So let's get started with the unboxing, and then we'll get into what the differences are. This is for the ASMR people. Alright. Now, this box, you could tell immediately, is much thinner. I have my iPhone 10 box here, and just for a comparison, you can see there's the iPhone 12, and this is the iPhone 10. Let's get into this. There you go. Now this is the iPhone 12 Pro Max. So this is the biggest size that they have with the stainless steel. Let me set this aside. Well, let me put the phone aside for now and show you what's on the inside of the box now if you haven't seen this already. Just a cable, which Apple said they didn't include the charging brick because we already have a bunch of those, which is true. So yeah, I got plenty, as you can see. But the problem is this thing is USB-C, not USB-A. So at the end, we still need a charging brick. That argument for not putting the charger in the box because we already have it doesn't make any sense if you're giving us a new cable that's not compatible. So what I'm going to do is I've taken some notes. I spent all day today going back all the way to 2017 and watching every iPhone reveal and taking notes on what the key features are. This is what you can do. Depending on what phone you have, you could go into the description and look at the chapters. Click on whatever phone you have. So if you have an iPhone 7, you can just start watching it from here. If you have, let's say, an iPhone 10 like me, click on iPhone 10 and it'll show you what the 10s had, what the 11 and the 12. If you have an 8, you click on that, it'll show you what the 10 had, and so on. So let's get started. So if you have an iPhone 7, here's all the features that are going to be new to you in the iPhone 12. So with the iPhone 8, they introduced the True Tone display, which measures the color temperature and the intensity of ambient light around us and adjusts the display to match. So essentially, it'll try to reflect light in the same way that a paper does. They showed this off for the first time on the iPad back in 2016, and then this feature made it to the iPhone for the first time with the iPhone 8. The next thing introduced in the 8 was portrait lighting. So with the dual cameras, what they do is they sense the scene, they create a depth map, they separate the subject from the background, and then using machine learning, it creates facial landmarks and changes the lighting of the contours over your face. You can even do this later after the picture is taken. I think the coolest thing about this feature is the stage lighting. The iPhone 8, actually, I didn't know this, but it shoots in 4K at 60 frames per second. And they increased the slow-mo feature from 120 frames per second to 240 frames per second, which I think is still the same up until the 12. So double the frame rate for slow-mo. This is also where they introduced wireless charging and fast charging. Now the iPhone 10, if you remember, only came out a month after the iPhone 8. So if you have an iPhone 8, here's all the features that are going to be new to you on the iPhone 12. So with the iPhone 10, that's when they included what they call the Super Retina display, right? And all that is an OLED display. It's upgraded from the LCD because the pixels are individually lit. So that means you get darker black, brighter whites. And when you have the phone in dark mode, it saves a lot of battery. Another small feature that they added with the 10, but I use it probably more frequently than any other feature, is just the tap to wake. So instead of having to hit the home button, there is no home button on the 10, or pressing any kind of button. If your phone is just laying flat on the table, you just tap it and the screen comes on. Now, if you have an iPhone 8, then that means you're getting Face ID for the first time. If you have a 10 already, then this is nothing new to you. You've been using it for years. But if you're upgrading from the 7 or 8, then this is new. So I'm going to go into a little bit of detail with this one. So Face ID uses what they call a true depth camera system, which is why they had to have that notch at the top. Because in order to make Face ID really secure, they packed in an infrared camera so you could unlock your phone even if you're in the dark, a flooded illuminator, of course your front selfie camera, a dot projector which projects over 30,000 invisible infrared dots, creating a mathematical model of your face, as well as the proximity sensor, the standard stuff that's normally in your phone, the proximity sensor for turning off your screen when you're on your phone so your face doesn't press buttons, the ambient light sensor for things like the True Tone display, the speaker, the mic. They also added Animoji with the iPhone 10, which are just animated. It's basically their emojis, but it gives you the ability to manipulate it using your face. In the 10, you can now take a portrait selfie using your selfie camera, and they also added the portrait lighting, so you could do the portrait lighting also using your selfie camera. Now, if you're like me and you have the iPhone 10, then this is every new feature you're going to get in your iPhone 12. So in the iPhone XS, they added bokeh, which you already had with the portrait mode. But with the iPhone XS, you can control the depth of field, starting from f1.4 to f16 after the photo is taken. They also added dual SIM capability using the eSIM technology, which is the same tech they use in their cellular iPad and for the Apple Watch. The eSIM is built into the phone, and then you get one physical SIM as your secondary. Then for the 11, they redesigned the camera interface because they've added some new features, including the ultra-wide camera. So now you have the ability to zoom out and get a wider shot. They added audio zoom in their video, so when you zoom in, the audio apparently zooms in. They also added a night mode, which lets you take pictures in much darker environments by setting a longer exposure. They added one new portrait lighting effect called high key mono. So it's kind of the opposite of the stage lighting, which I said I liked, which is the all black. It makes everything all white in the background. They've also added a quick take. So if you're on the photo option, you're taking pictures, you just tap and hold, and it'll start a video, kind of like how Snapchat does. They've also upgraded the front camera from a 7 megapixel to a 12 megapixel. The front camera shoots, the selfie camera shoots 4K 60 frames per second now on the front camera. And you also have the ability to shoot slow-mo on the front camera. So the front camera is almost as powerful as the back camera is on the 10, starting with the 11 and the 12. You could shoot in you could take a 4K 60 frames per second selfie video, and you could shoot slow motion. And with the 11 Pro, they introduced 3 12 megapixel cameras. You get the telephoto, the wide, and the ultra wide. All 3 shoot 4K 60 frames per second. And of course, the iPhone 12 itself. So this is the first iPhone to have 5G, not just the Pro Max, but any iPhone in the iPhone lineup, which is the Mini, the 12, the 12 Pro, or the Pro Max. All 4 of them have 5G. All 4 of them have the ceramic shield, which adds a high temperature crystallization step, which grows nano ceramic crystals within the glass matrix to dynamically improve toughness, up to 4 times better drop performance is what they claim. And that's word for word from the presentation they gave. With the iPhone 12, they've added night mode to the time-lapse mode. So you can take a time-lapse using night mode and maybe get a few shots in the dark. Also, a big new feature is the MagSafe. So they've added some magnets on the back, which come with its own set of accessories from first party, from Apple, and third party like Belkin and so on. And I'm sure as time goes on, there's going to be even more and more of these MagSafe accessories. Now with the Pro Max, these are the features that are exclusive to the Pro Max. You get a 2.5 zoom instead of just the 2 times zoom. And you get a 47% larger sensor, which makes it, they say, 87% low light improvement. They have sensor shift, so instead of optical image stabilization, where the lens wiggles around, now the sensor will move around because the sensor is much lighter. So that comes with the 12 Pro Max. You have the ability to shoot in Apple Pro RAW. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I'm not a photographer, but I guess that probably is something amazing I heard for people who want to manipulate the photos and have fine control over it. You can capture and edit in Dolby Vision, which I'm also not sure. I do take more videos than photos. I'm not sure exactly what Dolby Vision is, but they talked about it like it was a big deal. So you can shoot and edit from Dolby Vision straight off of your phone. You also have a LiDAR scanner. I do know what that is. It stands for light detection and ranging. It measures how long it takes for light to reach an object and then reflect back. It enables object and room scanning, photo and video effects, precise placement of AR objects, and because LiDAR's ability to see in the dark, it's used for autofocus and low light scenes, making autofocus 6 times faster. And they've also added night mode to the front camera. So man, with the 12, the front camera can almost do everything the back camera can do. The only thing the back camera has over the front camera now is that there's more options as far as the telephoto and the wide and the super wide or the ultra wide. With the front camera though, you could shoot in 4K, 60 frames per second. You could do slow-mo. You could do, now you could do night mode shots with the selfie camera or low light night mode. This thing is a beast. The front camera is just as capable as the back camera. It used to be I would avoid the front camera for taking videos because the back camera was so much better. But now with this phone, I could just film using the selfie camera and it's going to look just as good as what I used to take with my iPhone 10 using the back camera. So that's every new feature from the iPhone 8 all the way to the iPhone 12. Now I have one more thing, as Steve Jobs used to say. And that is, we're going to test out the MagSafe. Let's put this aside. Before we get into this, I'm just going to get my iPhone set up here. Once it's all set up, then I'll get these accessories on. So let me get that done first, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm all set up here. So let's try out some of these accessories. So the first thing I want to try, let's turn that off. First thing I want to try is this wallet there. Now, you see, it's not that big. On the back, it has a little, what is this? Just showing you how to remove cards. Hey, it's kind of stiff. All right. Yeah, this is pretty thick. So this is just showing you, this is a placeholder. Showing you how to do that. All right. So this is the wallet I currently use. As you can see, it's very minimal already. So that's kind of the aesthetic I go for. Currently in this wallet right now, I'm only carrying 3 credit cards and my ID. So let's see if this wallet can replace that. Yeah, it's definitely a tight fit. There we go. And now for the MagSafe part of it. Oh, look at that. Let me put this. It recognizes it. And it's about the size of the wallet. So there's the wallet removed. Here's the wallet when I place it. Cool. Alright. Now, we'll try this through the case. This thing is a fingerprint magnet because it's stainless steel. And even though it's going inside the case, I'll just sleep better knowing that it's been wiped down. Now this is the case. Blues are almost the same. See, that's the thing, you get this nice pretty blue and then you got to put a case over it. So I try to get the same color. The case is almost the same color, but that frosted glass on the back just looks really cool. But I'm not willing to rock it without the case. It's just too expensive. Alright, so now the case is on there. It's a very satisfying sound. Look at that. Boom. Boom. So that's that. Now we have one more accessory we need to try out, and that is the MagSafe. So we'll unbox this thing. Oh, it's got one of those pull tabs. This, even though it's a charger, it also does not come with the charging brick. So if you plan on getting the MagSafe charger, you're also going to need to spend some money, about 20 bucks, on one of these, which is the 20-watt charger. So, yep, it's written on the box there. About 20 bucks. That's the 20-watt charger. This is USB-C. Even though it's USB-C, it needs a 20-watt charger. Otherwise, this will not charge your phone at 15 watts. If you have an 18-watt charger, it won't work. That's what I was told at the Apple store. All right. How come I don't get to see the animation? There we go. 61%. That's the animation I'm looking for. Alright. Now, the advantage to having the MagSafe charger is traditionally you lay your phone down to charge, and then you get a notification, your phone rings or something, you go to pick it up, and then you're not charging anymore. But with this, you still got the charger attached. So now you can continue to charge wirelessly and do what you need to do. You could go ahead and use your phone for whatever you need to use it for. So that's it. That's every accessory. You got, well, that's some of the accessories. You got the wallet, you got the case, and you got your MagSafe charger. That's all for this video. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Translation, peace, mercy, and blessings.